Hello, everybody. Welcome to round 2 of Wilson Auto Detailing's second live question and answer. This is Luke Wilson, and I'm going to wait just a little bit to let some people kind of get on here. And CRS Detailing, what's up? So glad that you are here. I'm going to wait just like maybe a minute or two, let some people kind of get on here. But let me know if you're watching, send me a message, let me know. John Moore, what's up, my man? Glad to see you again. I know you were on the last Q&A, so if you're watching on the replay, you can fast forward maybe like 2, 3, 4 minutes. I'm going to let some people kind of get on. If you're just getting on, guys, welcome. Michael, what's up, man? From Vegas. I got a friend who lives in Las Vegas. That's awesome. I'm just going to give it a couple minutes. I'm going to let some more people get on right now. But text or send me a message. Tell me how you guys are doing. Tell me what's going on. CRS Detailing, glad you're Javier. Dude, my day has been great. Thank you for asking. How was your day, Javier? Message me. Tell me what you've been going on. I actually got to talk to a guy this morning for about an hour and a half who found my YouTube channel, who lives in New York. And he wanted to do some consulting. CRS Detailing, yeah, I'll definitely check out your detailing channel. Actually, I'll do that right now. I have my computer right in front of me, so... But anyways, I got to do some consulting this morning with a guy who found me on YouTube, and so that's super, super awesome. Got to answer some of his questions and stuff like that, so... Very, very cool, but I'm going to give it just another minute or two, let a couple other people get on just in case. So anyways, but guys, go ahead and feel free. I will go ahead and start answering questions, so go ahead and start messaging them in if you guys have any questions. Javier, dude, from Arizona, I bet it's hot. That's crazy. Definitely crazy. Anyways, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start answering questions. If you guys would go ahead and start writing them in if you have any specific ones. 115, oh my gosh. Lincoln from Montreal, what's up? So glad that you're here. Anyways, so guys, go ahead, start writing in, and I've got a little bit of content that I would like to throw out as like we're doing this. But Jared, you asked, do I listen to music when I detail? And the answer to that question is yes, absolutely. I listen to music all the time. I listen to a lot of podcasts as well because I am a Christian and I love Jesus with all my heart. And I love to listen to a lot of my favorite pastors when I'm detailing. So that's what I love. I've got a Bluetooth speaker. So anyways, guys, let's see here. So I've got a lot of questions that I would love to get into if you guys don't have any specific things right now. Regarding the video that I actually put up this morning, Anthony, what's up? I'm so glad you're here. So I put up a video this morning about a sealant versus a wax. And I thought that we might be able to get into polishing a little bit if you guys would like to do that. And so I'll just reiterate a couple things that I put in my video this morning. Javier, what inspired you to be a YouTuber? I want to be a YouTuber, but I don't think I have the patience, especially with this heat, LOL. Javier, honestly, what inspired me to do YouTube is the fact that, number one, I can help people, and I don't have to necessarily be in direct contact with them, and I think that's amazing. And I am not going to do, like, full-time detailing forever. And so I've been doing it for the last 7 years. However, if you guys hear that loud noise in the background, that is a four-wheeler, but I'll talk over it. But I started YouTube because I wanted to be able to kind of put out all of what I know. Yes, Michael, I'm ready. I wanted to kind of help you guys and give my knowledge because I'm not going to be doing this forever because I will go into legitimately full-time detailing, full-time ministry. Sorry about this four-wheeler, guys. But I'm going to go into full-time ministry as I kind of shift out of detailing. And I may or may not kind of still have this detailing business as like a side thing, or maybe something that I just run and I own, and it's not necessarily my main thing. But I'm definitely going to kind of go into full-time ministry when I am done detailing. So yeah, that's what I'm doing afterwards. But yeah, so any other questions right this second? I'll give you guys just a second to write in a couple questions. I don't want to jump the gun, so I'll give you guys just a second. So go ahead whenever you guys are ready. And then CRS detailing, you asked me when I started detailing. It seems as though I lost my drive recently. While walking my neighborhood and just greeting others, I'm struggling to get customers. Yes. So what's up from Atlanta? What makes you so enthusiastic in your videos? Are you the same way when you're not in your videos? Yes, I am the same way when I'm not in my videos. A lot of people say I'm like over enthusiastic or like over energetic, but that's just kind of my personality. But Michael, write in those questions in just a second. I wanted to address Michael. I think it was you who said that you feel a little discouraged when you were going around and you're not getting really a lot of customers in your neighborhood. And so I'll talk about that for just a second. When you're first starting out, number one, in the detailing business, getting customers is something that is a challenge. And so if it's coming as a challenge, don't let that shock you. Definitely let that kind of be what it is. Definitely let that be a challenge, because it's going to be regardless of what you do, because the nature of the detailing business is a lot of the responsibility for customer and for business depends on you. And what I mean by that is I have regular clients and regular maintenance clients, but a lot of times I'm the one who has to initiate the fact that it's time for them to get their car detailed again, for them to call me. So they actually won't call me. I'll text them and say, hey, it's been about 8 weeks. You ready for your BMW to be detailed again? And they're like, oh, yeah, thanks for texting me. Yeah, can you come this week? And so the nature of the detailing business is a lot of times you can't ride on other people to call you. You have to take a lot of the initiative yourself. But I would just encourage you that when you're starting out, it is a challenge, and business is going to be very inconsistent. And I think that's probably what gets most people, is that we want business to be consistent right off the bat, and so when it's not, it's a little bit more difficult. But don't let that discourage you. Keep pushing on, keep pushing through. And another thing that's really important to realize is that when you're starting out, you're probably doing more word of mouth, kind of trying to gain clientele than anything else. And word of mouth these days is not the most effective thing to do, but Anthony, yes, you do need a super clean shirt, but it is something that you're going to have to do when you're starting out. And so I would just encourage you to learn all you can about the internet, learn all you can about Facebook pages, learn all you can about a website, learn all you can about all that stuff, because the internet is where the world is going, and that's where businesses are going to prosper, at least this day and age. It just is kind of the way it is. There's not really a way of getting around it. If you don't like the internet, that's okay, but adjust to it, because there's a really big advantage that you could take from the internet. And so I would love to come out with an internet series if that's something you guys are interested in, how to market your business on the internet. That's something that I've researched a lot in the past 2 years especially. But anyways, yeah. Michael, go ahead, write any more questions. Anybody, yeah, if you want a super clean shirt, yeah, Scott from Dallas Paint Correction has them as well. But yeah, so I don't know where you would get a Super Clean shirt from exactly, but Super Clean did send me them. They don't sponsor my channel, though, not at all. Okay, Lincoln, what is glaze? Many detailers say that it is not a real paint correction. I've seen products that say, for example, compounding glaze. That confused me. Well, let's do this for a second. Let's just Google it. What is a glaze car detailing? Because here's the thing, with when you say glaze, there's so many different definitions depending on what detailer you're talking to that a lot of times I try to give the most generalized, biggest consensus. So, according to Google, car glazes are usually regarded as optional unless you're a collector of exotic or vintage cars, but they are well worth the time if you're a diehard enthusiast. A glaze is a shine-enhancing product that goes on after polishing, but before the wax or the sealant. So, I think that's a good definition. A glaze, as a rule, is not going to have any abrasives in it. It's not going to fix any scratches. A lot of sealants these days are being made as a sort of all-in-one, so you have a sealant that, yes, it seals your car, but it also is made with a lot of fine abrasives, so it's also going to fix a lot of fine swirls and fine oxidation and fine scratches. A glaze is not going to do that. A glaze is strictly a shine enhancer, and I think that would be the general consensus with most detailers. a glaze, normally the word that people couple with it is gloss. So people normally say, oh, a glaze will increase the gloss factor of your paint like no other. And I guess that's true. I don't use glazes. I just don't find it necessary in my world when I have polishing, compounding, sealing, waxing. I think that the technology and the advancement and the kind of chemical engineering advancements that we have with waxes and sealants are so top of the line that a glaze just doesn't really have a place in my world. But a glaze is going to be something that is definitely more for the car enthusiasts, not really for the detailers as much. Besides the VX5000, do you recommend any other steamers? Yes, another steamer that I think is great is the McCulloch, and it's on Amazon, and I will look it up right now for you. It's called the McCulloch. What's your opinion on Super Clean? I've seen a lot of detailers going crazy over it lately. Would it be a good all-purpose cleaner, degreaser for many things? Eli, I think Super Clean is an amazing product. It's one of those things that is a retail product, but it's completely professional grade. It's awesome. I think if you don't have it in your arsenal, then you are making a mistake because it can be used as a degreaser, it can be used as an all-purpose cleaner, it can be used as pretty much anything you want depending on your dilution ratio. Javier, to get back to your question, the McCulloch MC1275. Just Google McCulloch steam cleaner on Amazon and you'll see what I'm talking about. $13.85 or $13.75 was what I was looking at. Yeah, Anthony, I think either way you go, you're going to be good. I think the 1385 is going to have more power, probably more PSI. It's probably going to get a little bit hotter, and it's going to be able to hold more water. But I think that the other one, the cheaper one, is just as good, maybe for what you guys are doing. Javier, no problem, man. Eli, awesome, thanks. When I run out of my Chemical Guys All Clean, I will switch to that. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Chemical Guys products, to be honest. And it's not that I don't like Chemical Guys. I think Chemical Guys is, like, great, and they have, like, a lot of great products, but Chemical Guys is a good example of a confusing company to me. And I'm a pro detailer, and they still confuse me. I actually use Chemical Guys Vinyl Rubber Plastic VRP black trim, tire shine, rubber shine, and I like that product. But Chemical Guys has so many different products that it's like, what do you choose? Like, you have Mr. Pink car soap, and then you have Mr. Green car soap, and then you have Mr. Blue car soap, and I'm looking at all their products, and I'm like, what? I just bought my Super Clean, and I love it so much for interior and exterior use. Yeah, Javier, Super Clean's amazing. There's, like, nothing else that I would, I think Super Clean's amazing. Yeah, I can't talk, good enough about it. Hi, Luke. I second that on Super Clean. Love that stuff. Henry, yes, Super Clean's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Rotary or DA machine, what would you prefer? Lincoln, I think rotary buffers have their place, but I think dual action polishers, DA polishers these days are so advanced that if you don't have a rotary, a dual action polisher is going to take you everywhere you need to go and more. Traditionally, DA polishers have been looked at more as like a toy or like just a paint enhancer, but these days DA polishers are so technologically advanced that they can absolutely do heavy-duty paint correction at no problem. And so I think that a DA is just a better investment. Eli, yes, they have too many options for everything. That's what I'm saying. What brand of DA machine do you have? I'm going to get into this in my polishing series, but the main DA polisher that I use is the Griot's Garage 6-inch dual action polisher that you can get from like AutoZone. It's like $160, and it's a very much a retail kind of grade, or it's a professional grade, but like retail marketed DA buffer, and it's going to take care of 95% of all your polishing like needs. The only time I don't reach for my DA is when I'm having to do like really serious paint correction, which in that case I'll do something else, but I just think the Griot's Garage is such a 6-inch random warble. It's such a great investment because it'll take you so many places. Guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome. My name's Luke Wilson, and this is the Wilson Auto Detailing live question and answer. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to give this a like. If you guys are watching, give this a thumbs up, if you will. Torque X is great as well. Eli, I agree. I have the Chemical Guys Torque X, and I love it. Yes, Javier, I totally agree. The Torque X is great. Once again, there's so many DA buffers in the world right now that, like, there's so many great options. That's the thing. There's so many great options. When do you know is it time to upgrade to a better and bigger DA like the Griot's Garage G20 or the Rupes? Henry, great question. I think that that is a very subjective answer because it's going to depend on your own world. But I would say that the more calls you're getting, Anthony, that's exciting. I think the more calls you're getting for heavy-duty paint correction is when you're going to need to transition to maybe a nicer DA. But I think when you're beginning, or even nowadays, I've been doing this for 7 years, and the majority of my customers who want their car polished, they don't want their car paint corrected. They just want it to remove some of the finer swirls. They just want it to be shiny and vibrant again. That's the only thing going through their mind. And so I think that to upgrade a buffer, I think that's your own decision, but I would just say that the more calls you're getting to do some more serious paint correction, or if you ever get into detail or dealership work, I would definitely go for maybe a more rotary geared buffer, or a more heavy-duty DA buffer like the Rupe's Bigfoot or the Griot's Garage Boss, I think is what it's called. Yes. Yes, yes. Guys, if you're watching and this is adding some good value and content to your life, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up. And if you can share this video with any other detailers you know, then make sure to click that share button, share it on your Facebook page or anything like that. Guys, any other questions? I know sometimes you write in questions and I'm already talking and so I can't answer it right away, but if you'll just write them in repeatedly, like when I stop talking and take a break, which is rare, but if you'll do that. How much US dollar is a full detailing? Also, which apps do you utilize to help your dealing? Michael, I don't use any apps, so that's a simple answer to your question. And then Lincoln, how much does it cost, for how much US dollars for a regular detail? I don't really know how to answer that because that's a very subjective question as well, but I would say, probably the average, anywhere between $100 and $200 might be a good answer to that, is probably, if you're just looking for like an average US dollar amount, anywhere between like $100 and $200 is probably maybe an accurate average, across the nation, maybe. I think that might help you. Okay, guys, anything else specific? I will wait for your questions to be asked. Anything in particular? How did you get your prices right and get your name out there? I'm 15 and have been detailing for a few years. I currently detail around my neighborhood and only have about 10 customers. Eli, number one, good job, dude. 15 years old and detailing. That's awesome. It's good learning how to work hard like that when you're younger. And number two, I would say, Eli, Javier, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Eli, I would say that getting your name out there is something that happens with time. In the detailing business, you have to be prepared and, expect to need patience. But number two, I always go back to this when people ask me that question, but the internet is a powerful weapon. And, Henry, don't be sad. Don't be discouraged. The internet is a powerful weapon, and if you're not using it, I think you're cutting yourself short. But Eli, I think maybe even Eli, your age might have something to do with it. Like when you're 15, you have to work harder to kind of communicate your value because people look down on you almost because you're younger, which that's not right. That's just kind of, sometimes people do that. And so, but I would just encourage you to utilize the internet, utilize platforms like Facebook where you can get a free Facebook page, utilize platforms like Instagram, and things like, I wouldn't necessarily encourage you to use YouTube because on YouTube you really do need to have a lot of experience and know what you're talking about or people are going to roast you alive and you don't want that. But somebody just asked what my favorite compound was, and number one, the word compound is kind of difficult because it's very, very, yeah, Eli, definitely, I understand what you're saying, yes. A compound is, when I think of compound and when most detailers think of compound, what they're normally referring to is a polish that is very, very, very aggressive. And so sometimes people use the words compound and polish interchangeably, so I just want to make that distinction. A compound is normally what somebody refers to when they're talking about when they're taking very, very aggressive or heavy abrading means to attack something. And I don't know that I have a favorite compound necessarily, but as far as polishes go, like, I think M105 and M205, Meguiar's 105 and Meguiar's 205 are amazing polishes for beginner detailers and professional detailers alike. But I also think Minzerna compounds are very good. I was talking to a subscriber today about some Minzerna compounds, and I think those are amazing as well. But I get that question a lot, and it's difficult for me to answer because I'm like, I don't know. There's so many good ones, but I think as far as companies go, Meguiar's and Minzerna are amazing, and Griot's Garage is also kind of opening my eyes to some of their what I kind of look at as more simplistic products, but they're kind of amazing me. And so I would look at Griot's Garage, sealants, compounds, polishes as well. But I think Griot's, Meguiar's, and Minzerna are very, very, very good. So I think those are three big names that are good. But I don't know that I can point you to one specific. I think that's something you have to go and, like, buy one and see how you like it. So anyways, alright guys, keep writing them in. Foam or microfiber pad for DA? Both. I would say both. I use both a foam pad and a microfiber pad depending on what I'm doing. A lot of times microfiber polishing pads in a lot of ways are kind of replacing wool pads these days for detailers. Wool pads are kind of more and more becoming a thing of the past. I'm not saying that as a like a definitive thing, but in a lot of ways wool pads are kind of going out and microfiber cutting pads are coming in. Microfiber is going to be, for the most part, more aggressive than a foam pad is, but I like foam pads. I'm actually testing out some foam pads right now from Chemical Guys. How often do you actually have a customer wanting and willing to pay for a full paint correction? Eli, I say this to a lot of people because a lot of people ask me this question. The bulk of my income and the bulk of my customer wants and desires does not come from paint correction or polishing. It comes from the average detail. Interior, exterior, wash, wax, clay, carpet shampoo, stain removal, car upholstery, steaming. Like, that's where the bulk of my income comes from, is the regular details, the regular, full, intense, details. But polishing is certainly a part of my world, and as, my business grows more and more, even, like, all over the nation at this point because of, like, YouTube and stuff, polishing does become more and more a part of my world, but it's not where the bulk of my money comes from. I don't have an exact number to give you in regard to, like, how many customers want polishing done, but it is something that some customers want. But a lot of times polishing and paint correction is something that you have to teach your customer about before they ever actually even know that they want it. So your customer doesn't know what they don't know. So a lot of times the detailer's job is to teach. And so I hope that kind of helps you answer your question. Hope that helps you answer that question. Alright guys, if you're just joining in, this is Luke Wilson and the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel. This is my second live Q&A. My clumsy GF spilled a quart of black paint in my Jeep. It's all over the carpet. I've tried Purple Power with no luck. What would you suggest next? John, I'm so sorry. Okay, so there is a product called Rapid Remover. And it is an adhesive remover, so it's technically a product that is dedicated to remove, like, vinyl wraps from, like, trailers and cars, so it's an adhesive remover. But I guess the best way I know how to explain it is like Goo Gone on 1,000 steroids. And it's safe on carpets, it's safe on paint, it's a very, very safe product, and it's one of the most effective products I've ever seen. So once again, it's called Rapid Remover. However, it is pretty expensive, so it's about $60 a gallon, and for a 32 ounce, I think it's like $25 or something like that. But I would definitely invest in that for this job you're talking about, and just to see how you like it, John. I think that's a good idea. Rapid Remover. And I'm also thinking of another product right now. It's called Citrol, and Scott from Dallas Paint Correction talks about it, but I don't know if it's safe on carpets, so don't take my word on that yet. But Rapid Remover is definitely safe on carpets, and I would suggest Rapid Remover to you. I think that will definitely take care of your problem. Guys, if you're watching on the replay right now, I'm Luke Wilson, and this is the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel, and I am doing these round 2, John, no doubt, round 2 of the live Q&A. What do you use to clean carpet? I hate doing it and it takes forever. Eli, that's so funny because I so relate to that, because when I was first starting out, I remember hating to clean carpet. Eli, I use pretty much one of two products. I use either Meguiar's All-Purpose Cleaner or I use Super Degreaser. Actually, I take that back. I use Meguiar's All-Purpose Cleaner. I use Meguiar's Super Degreaser. I use Super Clean Degreaser. And so it depends on how dirty the carpet is. For very, very dirty carpets, I will reach for my Super Clean Degreaser or my Meguiar's Super Degreaser, which are both like kind of the same products, and I dilute that 5-to-1, and then if it's not that dirty, if it's not that bad of stains, if I'm just generally cleaning and shampooing carpets, I'll reach for my Meguiar's All-Purpose Cleaner, and that's diluted 10-to-1. And then, of course, I just spray, scrub with a stiff nylon brush, and I'll mop that up with a microfiber towel. Guys, if you're just joining in, don't be afraid to give this video a thumbs up if it's helping you and it's adding some good content to your life. Show the love and give the video a thumbs up. Eli, I don't really use any machines necessarily. No, Eli, you're supposed to ask questions. I use machines on carpets if you're referring to like a steamer or an extractor. I do use a steamer. I do use an extractor. I don't use like a I don't use like a drill brush. I don't use a drill brush, I just use a regular brush, but I do use like a carpet extractor and a steamer. So yes, I do use machines on carpets. Sometimes, not every time. Depends on the situation, right? So guys, I said that this was only going to go 30 minutes, but I think I'm going to extend it, so maybe we'll just keep going until the questions stop. So guys, don't be afraid to write in your questions. Thank you so much for the questions you're already asking, but keep them coming. Questions, questions, questions. This is your time. Guys, if you're just joining in, I am Luke Wilson, and this is the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel, where I come out with daily videos for professional detailers and car enthusiasts regarding products, tools, and strategies to use, and also things like communication skills, business skills to help you guys grow your businesses, become more profitable and successful. So if you're watching on the replay, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if it's answering some of your questions and helping you out. And if you're watching on the live stream, don't be afraid to give this video a thumbs up if it's adding some good value and content to your life. John, when you detail a car, do you put a sealer on the windshield as well? I don't put a sealant on the windshield, but I do always make sure that I put a wax on the windshield, because of course I think that's just a level up in service. I will use Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax on the windshield 100% of the time, because not only does it shine the windshield and clean the windshield, and it puts a protective barrier on the windshield, but it also acts as a sort of Rain-X, right? Because when you have like a wax on any sort of window, it's going to work. It's going to have the same effect that like Rain-X does. And so I always wax the front windshield, especially because I think that that's just a level up in service. Because, you know, it protects, it shines, it enhances, and it Rain-X's it. Which is better, steamer or hot water extractor? Javier, ask that again in just a second. So, which is better, steamer or an extractor? In my opinion, if I had to choose one over the other, I would choose a steamer, just because I think there are more pros to a steamer, and you can do more with a steamer than you can do with an extractor. A steamer can be used on pretty much anything. An extractor is limited to upholstery and carpet, right? And not to mention, an extractor head is very, very cumbersome sometimes to work with, and it doesn't fit in all of these tight spaces, and so sometimes an extractor has a lot of drawbacks, and so I think a steamer is just a better investment because it's so versatile and it can be used on everything, and it yields amazing results. Pongo, how do we get a Super Clean hat? I don't know. I guess you could go to Super Clean's website and try to email somebody, but I don't know how you get a Super Clean hat. I've never, like, Googled it or anything. You might be able to get one, like, Google it. Maybe they sell them somewhere. I don't really know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure, but let me know if you find out. I want to know. Guys, if you're just joining in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'm Luke Wilson, and this is the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel. Clay bar or synthetic nanoskin to prep paint? I'm on the fence as which to use. Henry, I think if you're on the fence, I would just say go ahead and go clay bar, because a clay bar is, number one, it's going to last for years. Number two, it can be used on every car. Number three, you know for a fact it works. And number four, not that I'm against nanoskin, but I am more for clay bar, and the only reason is because I know exactly the results I'm going to get. Hey, Aeto, will you ask that question again in 1 second? Go ahead and send me that question again in just 1 quick second. A clay bar, when it pulls the contaminants, the surface contaminants off the paint, the clay bar, the contaminants get embedded into that clay. So the contaminants are not going to scratch the paint because they're embedded in the clay, so they're not being pulled across the paint. They're in the clay. With a nanoskin, it doesn't get embedded into that material, and so it makes me a little hesitant because I'm like, is there a risk of scratching? Like, am I going to pull some minerals across the paint? And I've never heard that happening. I think a clay bar is just like, I don't know, you can't go wrong with that. You can do the windows with it. You can do everything. Okay, I work a regular 9 to 5, but want a side biz. Is it realistic to be open only 1, maybe 2 days a week? Should I be full mobile or sedan? Should I have them come to my garage? Okay, so you work a regular 9 to 5, but you want to do a detailing business. I think that, yes, it's absolutely realistic to do 1 to 2 days a week. What's up, EYL Kabi? What's up? But what I would say to you is that if you want to start a detailing business and you already work a 9 to 5, you're going to have to hustle and grind like nobody's business. And I'm not saying that to discourage you, but I'm saying that to just like encourage you. Like, you're not going to take weekends off. Like, you're going to work Saturday and Sunday, and you're just going to have to. Because if you want your detailing business to be successful, but you're working a 9 to 5, you're going to have to work weekends. You're going to have to be open Saturday and Sunday. You're going to have to be willing to do that in order to see that thing really take off the ground. And I would also encourage you to, like, you're going to have to reach out to friends and family and say, can I detail your car for $50? Because yes, that's not a lot of money, but you're not a professional detailer yet. You don't have an established reputation. You don't have an established business. So it takes some time. So yeah, you're going to have, I think that is realistic. What's your thought on one-step wash, wax, and clay barring being shown by Optimum? One-step wash and wax, sorry guys, one-step wash and wax and clay bar and Optimum no rinse. Optimum no rinse is arguably my favorite product in the detailing business. Ato, absolutely. Optimum no rinse can be used as a clay bar lubricant. It can be used as a wash and wax. It can be used as an interior protectant. It can be used as a finisher. I mean, it can be used as so many things. I think Optimum no rinse is amazing, and yes, absolutely. Lincoln, have you ever tried HD Speed? Eli, ask that again in a second. HD Speed. So HD Speed is an all-in-one cleaner, polisher, and protectant. And HD Speed is an amazing product. Yes, I've tried it. Yes, I love it. Yes, I have it in my arsenal. And yes, I will be showing it and doing a video on it in my polishing series that I'm coming out right now with 1 video a week, which I might up that to like 2 a week. But HD Speed is an amazing product. I would encourage you guys to get it, to use it. I think it's amazing. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Guys, if you're just joining in, my name's Luke Wilson, and this is the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel, and this is the second live stream of Q&A that I've done. So if you guys have any, I'm just answering questions as they come right now from professional detailers all over the states. And guys, if this video is helping you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Click that thumbs up button if this video is adding some good value and content to your life. And of course, if you know any detailers or any do-it-yourselfers, car enthusiasts who can benefit from this kind of information, definitely click the share button and share it on your Facebook page, share it on your social media page, whatever you got. So guys, there were a bunch of questions that came in that I didn't get the chance to answer, so go ahead and write those in again. Sorry, as I'm answering questions, more questions come in, and I'm talking, and the questions disappear after like 2 or 3 seconds. So, guys, if you had a question, go ahead and write that in right now, and I will answer it. I will wait on you, because I know there were like a ton of them. That video on sealant and wax, is a coating different? You're the most humble and nicest detailer I've seen so far. Oh, man, thank you so much for saying that. I very much appreciate that. That means so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just want to help you guys out as much as I can. So anyways, is a coating different? So, good question. Sorry, guys, my computer's giving me notifications. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me see, because here's what I would do. I would almost use those words interchangeably, and so I don't know. I can tell you a couple differences, but let's see here. A coating, here's what I would say, is a... Okay, I'll answer both these. Is crud litter worth having in your arsenal as an iron remover? I do not know what crud litter is. I'm so sorry. I can't answer that question. But as far as a coating is going to be something that is more... Let's see here. Oh, Crud Cutter. Crud Cutter, I don't push that product. There's too many other products that are so much more effective than Crud Cutter. So, for example, try Rapid Remover, which I was talking about before. Try Rapid Remover. It's an adhesive remover, but it's an amazing crud remover. So I don't really push Crud Cutter. Okay, my little sister's behind me. That's awesome. You guys are getting the real look. Okay, so as far as coatings are, as a rule, stronger. They're going to protect better against, like, chemicals, bird droppings. A car will stay cleaner. I looked at reviews on Rapid Remover, already ordered it. Yeah, John, so if you guys want to order any products like Rapid Remover or anything I talk about, I would be very appreciative if you would go to like a YouTube video of mine and just go to the description box below and just use my links, because it does give me a little bit of a commission. And this YouTube video or channel is a way that I also make money, because I'm like taking time out of my detailing day to do this stuff. So I would very appreciate that. That would just really bless me. So a coating protects better. The car will stay cleaner between washes. A sealant is more often coupled with a polish, but a coating is more of a protective measure that you take, I guess. I would think of coating like metal armor, and a sealant is like a jacket. Maybe that's a good way to think about it. I hope that helps. That's kind of how I think about it and how I differentiate the two. Am I a big fan of Adams polishes? Nathan, it's good to see you again. Lincoln, ask that again in just a second. That's a good question. Adams polishes. Yeah, Adams polishes are great. I don't use them all the time. I would call Adams Company more of an enthusiast grade company rather than professional detailing necessarily, and that's just my own opinion. That's not like a fact. That's just what I think. Adams polishes, I would say, are more like enthusiast grade, so like I would love to use Adams polishes and waxes on my own cars, or on maybe my customers like Lamborghinis, or my customers BMWs, or my customers, you know, Teslas, but I wouldn't really use it for like the average. I think there are more economical routes. So yeah. Guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm Luke Wilson. This is the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel, and this is round 2 of the live question and answer, where I have pro detailers and car enthusiasts writing in questions, and I'm just answering them right off the bat. If you're just tuning in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up button. I would be very grateful. If this video is adding some good value and content to your life, then give it a thumbs up. And if you know anybody who could benefit from this video, from this information, go ahead and click the share button. Share it to your Facebook page. Share it to your social media, whatever you can do. Do you give a price over the phone? Just an estimate, then in-person actual price. Okay, great. Henry, thank you for being the first thumbs up. So when I'm talking to a customer, I give a range, an estimated range of a price. So I never give an exact quote over the phone. I say, okay, based on your description and based on the pictures you sent me of your car, I'm going to quote you somewhere between $150 and $200. Because yes, I have been in the situation where I got to the customer's house and the car was way worse than they described. And that is not a situation you want to be in, because that is very difficult and uncomfortable, and it is very easily upsetting people. So I would encourage you guys to never give an exact quote over the phone. Always wait until you're standing in front of the car to give an exact quote. So yeah, I give a range quote. Javier, ask the first part of your question one more time. What kind of wax sealant do you use on the average customer's car? Sealants are so much more expensive but last longer, but waxes give more shine and impress impresses the customer more. I don't know that a sealant impresses the customer more, to be honest. I think most customers probably don't even know what a sealant is, to be honest. That's one of those things you have to educate them on. The number one most used wax in my world is Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax. Yeah. And then the sealant is going to vary depending on just like it just depends. I've got a few different sealants in my arsenal, and I just don't think you should overthink sealants. I think a lot of people really overthink sealants, and it's just like, so many sealants are foundationally the same. They're made with so many fundamental of the same they're chemically engineered so similarly that they're not that big of a difference between them. But when you get into the nicer stuff, yes, there are differences, but I'm just speaking in generalities. You use spray wax for a full detail. Yeah. I do, yeah. Have you ever had to walk away from a detail? Yes, like 3 weeks ago I did that. 3 weeks ago, I had a customer who absolutely did not describe the condition of their car accurately whatsoever. They showed up at my house, dropped their van off. I went out there to clean it, and I called that lady back and I said, there is nothing I can do. You're going to have to come pick this up. Well, actually, I said, if you really want to invest money into this, I did not get this from your description at all. You're going to have to leave this here for 2 days at least, and you're looking at investing something between like $500 and $600 into this minivan. Do you really want to do that? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, you should come pick this up. And that was actually the first time I've ever like totally, completely walked away from a detail in 7 years. The only time I have literally had to completely walk away. But it's necessary sometimes. So, it's necessary sometimes. Yes. Okay, guys, any other questions? And just to add on, yes, I do use spray waxes for a full detail because Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax is a very awesome product, and I'm not necessarily charging the customers for the time it takes to apply a paste wax over a spray wax. So, yes. Alright guys, I'm open to any more of your questions that you would like to write in. Anything else in particular that anyone is wanting answered? We're at about 42 minutes as we speak. What do you do if times are slow or if your state is rain for a few days? Garage. Ask your client if they have a garage, and if they don't, then you're out of work. And that's why I would encourage people to, yeah, I don't have a good answer for that, to be honest. I'm sorry. What vehicle are you mobile out of? How do you decide when they bring car to you or go to them? When they bring their car to me is whenever they want to. When I go to them is pretty much every time. I work out of a Toyota Corolla, and I am not against like getting a van. And if I wanted to invest the money in getting a van, I would. But it's just not something that is necessary for me right now. So I just don't. I can carry everything I would carry in a van in my Corolla. So it's not a need in my world right now. But eventually I probably will, because I think it looks more professional. I just think it communicates better. Do you have your own hose or pressure washer? I do have my own hose, and I do not carry a pressure washer. I've just figured out ways around having to do that, and I just don't like having to break out a big pressure washer. It's just not... I used to like always use a pressure washer, and I just don't anymore. I've just simplified my world where I don't have to. So... And I'll probably do a video on that to show you guys kind of ways around that. Foam or microfiber polishing pads? Both. Both foam and microfiber. They both have their place. Microfiber is going to be more aggressive. Foam is going to be generally for lighter polishing or paint correction. Not all the time. There are heavy cutting foam polishing pads, but microfiber is generally what they are using to kind of replace a wool pad, in a sense. But I think both have their place, for sure. And I use both. I use microfiber cutting discs, cutting pads. I use foam pads. Chemical Guys has some awesome Hexalogic foam polishing pads, which I am testing out as we speak. So I will let you guys know what I think about them for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah. So anybody else? Any other questions? Do you suggest Armor All? No. Don't use Armor All. There are way too many testimonies of Armor All cracking people's dash, and Armor All is just very, very, very greasy, and it's no bueno. Have you found a good carpet protector? Yes. Scotchgard. Scotchgard is that's something that I upcharge for. That's a great topic and a great question. Fabric protector, I buy Scotchgard fabric protector in the gallon size. I dilute it with water in a spray bottle, and I protect my maintenance clients' carpets included, and then I upcharge other people for carpet protectant application or treatment. Yes. Yes, yes. Alright guys, we're at about 45 minutes right now, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. A couple things real fast, just like housekeeping. Number one, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I really, really do. I wish I could communicate better how much I appreciate you guys. And you can find it in the gallon on Amazon.com. Ato, thank you. I wish I could communicate how grateful I am that you guys, are a part of this channel and involved. And at the end of the day, it's our channel because it wouldn't exist without you guys being involved and commenting and helping other people out, alongside me and things like that. So I just want to communicate how grateful I am, how appreciative I am for you. Javier, I really appreciate you, my friend. You're the best. Michael, absolutely, thank you. Jay Tierce, thank you. But guys, I just am very, very grateful. Number two, stay tuned for all the polishing videos that are coming out because that's going to be a super exciting series. Nathan, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. I really, really do. Stay tuned for the polishing series. Henry, thank you so much. EY, I'm sorry, buddy. Stay tuned for the polishing series. Ask any questions. If you have any other questions, comment them below this video. And Javier, absolutely. And guys, once again, definitely if you guys know anybody who's detailing, encourage them to be a part of this channel. I love seeing the Wilson Auto Detailing community and channel grow. And so just, encourage people to come alongside us and be a part of it. And, of course, guys, John, thank you. Guys, if you're buying all these products from Amazon, I just want to reiterate, I would be very grateful if you use my links below my videos. And let me just say this. You don't have to buy the specific product that the link takes you to in order for me to get a commission. In other words, you can click a link to Meguiar's Wax, and as long as you stay on Amazon, you can buy anything. You can buy a television, and it'll still give me a commission. So if you do any shopping on Amazon, or if you guys are buying these products, or if you're buying a product that I don't have a link to, just use my link to any one of my links to get to Amazon, and then buy whatever you want. Just stay on Amazon, and it'll give me a commission. So I very much appreciate that. That revenue income helps this channel stay alive, and so I want this channel to stay alive for you guys. So anyways, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And guys, I will talk to you soon, and I will announce when the next live stream is. Henry, thank you for that. I appreciate that contribution. And for the next live stream, I'm thinking I will probably add some content in the beginning about some specific subjects, and then I'll take question and answer maybe for the midway to the end portion of the next live stream. So I want to do a live stream at least once a week for you guys. I think that would be very helpful. So guys, I so appreciate you, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So comment any questions or tell me how this stuff is helping you because I love to hear about how you guys are succeeding. So I will see you guys next time.